Welcome back to tonight's team coverage focusing on the state of democracy in Kenya. Well, on the continent, Kenya is not among the top 10 countries in upholding democracy. As you're about to see, it is not so much that the country has not topped the list, but that there are examples to draw from on how the future of democracy can look like. All is not lost.
To His Excellency, the President.
To stand out as one of the world's leading democratic states, Kenya would do well to adopt and implement the 3 pillars of governance of the United Nations. According to the United Nations Development Program, which was part of Kenya's 2010 constitution modeling, in order for democracy to be fully realized, there ought to be access to justice, human rights, and gender equality among citizens, strengthening of devolution, peace, security, and cohesion. Although Kenya has moved from position 19 to 11 in the Africa Democracy Index with a rating of 5.19 compared to previous 8.0, UNDP resident representative in Kenya, Walid Badawi, reiterates that the country should fill in some of the loopholes in governance that undermine democracy.
I think there are certainly areas where improvement can be made in terms of issues of civil society engagement, issues of accountability of government institutions, effectiveness and efficiency in the administration of public institutions. Processes of elections need to be much more issue-based as opposed to looking at ethnic and other ways of generating support for platforms.
I am glad to inform Kenyans that I have today assented to the bills as a sign of my commitment to political reforms.
The hybrid democracy system, where the winner does not take it all, is viewed by the world body as a solution to issues regarding inclusivity and marginalization.
Really, it is for individual countries to determine how to bring in opposition in government structures through cabinet appointments and other forms of government to ensure that you have a fully representative government that is able to deliver on the needs, especially when you have very tightly contested and very closely fought electoral results.
According to political commentator Alutalala Mukwana, the solution to having effective democracy lies with implementing Agenda 4 of the 2010 Constitution that addresses issues of inequalities.
It addresses the issue of land, it addresses the issue of historical injustices, inequalities, and so forth. The revenue sharing stalemate in the Senate now is reflective of the inequalities that Agenda 4 sought to address.
Attaining the desirable democratic space in the country is an uphill task.
Within the system, right from independence, are leaders, are operatives who stand to benefit from the old status quo as it was, from the status quo ante, the status quo that it was before the opening up of the space. And it is these established operatives who keep throwing roadblocks in the way of the growth of democracy.
For a more democratic country, it is imperative that Kenya assumes an apologetic and deliberate stance. It will only be driven by sticking to the rule of law, with public participation and transparent electoral process being crucial momentum builders towards an egalitarian dispensation.